is not God's gift in the morning. It is poison. Coffee is one of the most acidic liquids on the planet, with a pH of 4.2.
Let's break it down, let's chunk it down. Quick video, concise, direct to the point. How does caffeine fucking work? Caffeine is a pesticide. It's a naturally occurring pesticide. In that little coffee plant or in the cacao plant, it's to stop animals eating too many of the seeds. Because if you eat the seed and crush it up, the plant can't reproduce. So the seed, the caffeine, is a natural pesticide. It kills animals who eat in large dosages. So what happens is when humans have caffeine, we don't die, but the body goes, wow, it's a neurotoxin. That's what it is. It's poison, but it's actually classified botanically. Caffeine's a neurotoxin, so it can kill the brain cells.
Do you have any idea how much minerals need to be used or leached from the bones, tissues and organs to buffer this acidic onslaught? Coffee is the most toxic substance for the liver to metabolize. Yes, it's worse than alcohol. Another myth is that coffee burns fat and assists in weight loss. This misconception is based on the fact that caffeine in coffee causes a short-lived high or jolt and stimulates the sympathetic system, an increase in heart rate, vasodilation, etc. We know that this is just an attempt of the body to purge this toxin and is only an expenditure of energy and not the addition of external energy. In other words, depleting the energy reserves.
And the reason is because caffeine is like revving up the motor, stepping on the gas without having any gasoline in the tank. What does that do to your car? No good thing. Caffeine is just something that is a stimulant, and it makes you run on empty. It runs down your adrenals, it runs down your hormone balance, it makes you really sick. And you know, there are millions and millions of people who live on caffeine and sugar substitutes. And those are the people who are sick. Those are the people who have higher incidence of cancer. Those are the people with heart attacks and strokes.
But could that daily dose of caffeine be changing your brain? We turned to researchers at Wake Forest in North Carolina, where I underwent 2 MRI brain scans. This first scan with no caffeine in my system. Then I downed just 1 drink. Now my second MRI. This was my brain before caffeine. This was after. The difference was remarkable.
It's like a 40% drop in the blood flow to your brain. So that's a lot.
So before caffeine, with caffeine, the blood flow to my brain dropped about 40%.
40%.
Really?
Yes.
Why the drop? Caffeine blocks a chemical called adenosine, which controls blood flow to the brain. Add caffeine, blood vessels constrict, less blood circulates in the brain, and your blood pressure and heart rate go up.
And, you know, it's interesting that the most recent scientific research today seems to promote coffee as being a health benefit. In fact, in some cases, I would almost say coffee is like a superfood. But at the end of the day, it is really a stimulant. It's a drug. More specifically, the caffeine in coffee.
The problem with caffeine is that it masks fatigue.